McDonald's has pasta dinners. Lots of spaghetti with delicious meatballs.
McDonald's. I love it, you love it, and we're all for sure going to keep loving it for years to come. But what about the days where we really weren't loving it?
Where did you get that?
The clown gave it to me.
Well, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to outline 8 discontinued dishes from the McDonald's menu, ranging from the graceful exit of a beloved menu item to forgotten culinary catastrophes that McDonald's would rather us forget. Because not all disasters are caused in the kitchen, some of them happen in McManagement, so sit down, order some takeout, and let's take a deep dive into the curiously appetizing history of McDonald's discontinued menu items. Number 1. Angus Burger. Starting this list off with the previous Angus Burger, McDonald's first teeny tiny step into the boundary between fast food and fine dining. First market tested in 2006, the Angus Burger boasted its premium ingredients including bacon, a sesame seed bun, and a meatier burger patty made of Angus beef. Just from the ingredients itself, you could probably tell that it's tastier than your regular dollar menu burger. The sesame seed bun is perfect for soaking up any juices that come from the moist Angus beef patty. Bacon and any other sauce you decide to slather on it. Of course, these quality ingredients don't come cheap, totaling a whopping $4 per burger, a price point that you wouldn't usually see in a fast food joint. Especially when you put it next to the dollar menu, this price point would eventually lead to its demise in 2013, as McDonald's customers ignored the premium Angus Burger line and opted for the quantity over quality approach. Number 2. McHotdog. Its fast food had a holy trinity, then hot dogs are guaranteed to have a seat at the throne. With that in mind, it seems like such a no-brainer to add them to the menu, right? Wrong. It's important to note that even Ray Kroc, founder of McDonald's, expressly warned and prohibited the many McDonald's franchises to not sell hot dogs, because he did not like it. Despite this, hot dogs were being market tested in select branches worldwide in 1995. Not many wanted to listen to Ray Kroc, but he was right. As it turns out, McDonald's venture into the hot dog world led to some pretty horrible results. Many complained of watery and tasteless hot dogs that were just not appetizing. Leading to the eventual discontinuation of the item, many more McDonald's franchises around the world would try their hand at saving the sausage, but each one failed just like the last. Since then, McDonald's has given up on this elongated venture, but a part of me will always be curious about how bad it actually was. Number 3. Hula Burger. The salad shakers weren't the first foray into healthy meals, and it wasn't even the worst attempt, presenting the Hula Burger. If you could even call it a burger, this quote burger is made simply by sandwiching a hulking slice of pineapple between 2 burger buns and cheese slices. Doesn't that sound appetizing? Don't worry, you aren't the only one. Millions of consumers around the world refuse to buy the sandwich because of the unattractive burger fillings. Although short-lived, the Hula Burger packed more meat and flavor in its history rather than the sandwich itself. The Hula Burger was first drummed up by the owner of McDonald's himself, Ray Kroc, as a way to appeal to consumers who steered away from meat. The Hula Burger was quickly beaten out in sales by its healthier option, the Filet-O-Fish. Perhaps the only good thing that has come from the release of the Hula Burger is the birth of the Filet-O-Fish. Number 4. McPizza. If you thought fajitas were already a stretch, wait until you get to a pizza. Yes, you heard it right, McDonald's, the fast food place known for its burgers, fries, and fast food, once served this Italian staple. McPizzas were first launched in the 80s, a time when almost every fast food chain was experimenting with their menu. The pizzas were the standard tomato sauce, cheese, and pepperoni pizzas with optional sausage and bell pepper toppings, something that other pizza joints have already perfected. Taste-wise, the McPizza fell short, very short. The underwhelming taste and texture just made you question why you came to satisfy your pizza cravings at McDonald's in the first place. These pizzas stayed on the menu for a few years until eventually being discontinued by the restaurant. Turns out making and baking pizzas slowed down the production so much that it had to be removed from the menu. Luckily for some curious foodies, some select branches still sell the infamous McPizza. It's all just a matter of knowing where to look. Number 5. McFajitas. Have you ever found yourself walking into a McDonald's restaurant and suddenly craving Mexican food? Well, it turns out you weren't the only ones. As it turns out, way back in the 90s, McDonald's dipped its toes into the culinary world of Mexican cuisine with their McFajitas. Strips of battered chicken are placed onto a tortilla wrap with cheese, onion, and peppers. This combination of ingredients sounds good on paper, because it is. McFajitas were a menu item beloved by many customers, often coming back for seconds. The wraps were flavorful and would have even given Taco Bell a run for their money. But sadly, as with all good things, this one must come to an end too. The McFajitas honeymoon phase was short-lived as they were mysteriously taken off the menu just a few months after its introduction. Some claim the McFajitas were simply too complicated to make and slowed down the kitchen, while others claim it to be a choice to keep with the theme of an all-American fast food place. Regardless of the reason, we miss you, McFajitas, wherever you may be. Number 6, McSpaghetti. If the pizza wasn't enough to make you go mamma mia, then this menu item surely will. McDonald's first ever Italian menu item was the spaghetti, introduced in the 70s as an attempt to attract more Italian customers. The McSpaghetti featured a sweet and tangy tomato sauce with cheese and meatballs mixed in. This, as with every other time McDonald's has tried to venture to other cuisines, unsurprisingly ended in ruin. The reason? No one really came to McDonald's looking for a spaghetti meal. And thus, after a few years on the menu, the McSpaghetti was discontinued everywhere in the world, except one country. The Philippines is surprisingly the only country in the world where the McSpaghetti lives. Every McDonald's branch in the Philippines serves McSpaghetti, and it continues to be one of the most beloved menu items to date. Just goes to show that sometimes, opinions and cravings really can be subjective. Number 7, McSalad Shakers. When someone thinks of McDonald's, healthy isn't always the first word that comes to mind. McDonald's decided to remedy this by releasing an infamous menu item known as the McSalad Shakers, originally marketed toward the health-crazed consumers of the 2000s. These portable salads came in a plastic cup that you could shake around for even distribution, and then eat at your own convenience. These McSalad Shakers came in 3 flavors: Garden, Chef, and Grilled Chicken Caesar. These salads were a hit at the time of release, pulling in hundreds of curious consumers that came back for seconds. Although this healthy and tasty menu treat was successful, the promise was a little bit too good to be true. As it turns out, these healthy salad shakers were far from healthy. The dressing itself contained more calories than anything else on the menu, which is probably why the salad shakers were so good in the first place. Maybe McDonald's should have worked on getting their existing menu healthier instead. Number 8, McAfrika. Although most of the menu items discussed so far in this list are unappetizing at worst, the McAfrika can be singled out as one of the only menu items to have received backlash from the customer base. In what is possibly the worst management decision that McDonald's has ever put on their menu, the McAfrika received backlash due to the poor timing and stubbornness. This sandwich contained a mix of beef, tomatoes, and cheese between 2 slices of pita bread. Although the dish itself sounds appetizing, the concept is everything but. The McAfrika was released during one of the most horrifying periods of famine in Africa, and many believe that releasing a food item named after Africa was in poor taste. To remedy this, McDonald's decided to install donation boxes in support of African communities, but this was not enough to justify having the item on the menu, and was eventually discontinued just months after. And that concludes our list of discontinued McDonald's menu items. It just goes to show that no matter how rich or how wide your reach may be, you can still make mistakes. What was your favorite discontinued dish? Miss any other discontinued dishes? Comment down below and tell us what you're craving.